Oh, I'm so nauseous. I'm gonna do this. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nancy Martinez and I do beauty videos, and now I will be starting lifestyle vlogs as well. Alright, so 3 things are gonna happen in this video. One is gonna be, I'm gonna tell you how I found out I was pregnant. The second thing that I'm gonna tell you is some of the early pregnancy signs. And the third thing, I'm just gonna catch you up to today, because from now on I will be recording myself weekly so I can keep you updated with my whole pregnancy and hopefully take you with me all the way to the very end and even after that, right? So that's the goal. But today I'm currently 23 weeks pregnant. I read online that 23 weeks pregnant means I'm already starting my 3rd trimester, so that's kind of scary. But no, we're gonna do it, Alright, so how did I find out I was pregnant? I mean, to be honest, I kind of knew the moment it happened. I mean, like, after it happened, I realized that my body was just different. Like, it wasn't like visible. It was more like a feeling. I felt different. I felt my body different. I felt like something was off. So I immediately thought, oh my goodness, I'm pregnant. Like, the day after. Obviously there was I couldn't really take a pregnancy test by the time because it wouldn't show up. So I knew I had to wait, but I did stop drinking immediately. I had that set in my mind that I was not gonna drink until I got a pregnancy test and it came out negative, and I was 100% sure that it was negative. So I decided to wait it out. I would say I waited about a week and I took a pregnancy test and it was negative. Now, because I just truly believed that I was pregnant, I didn't really trust the pregnancy test. The pregnancy test said negative, but I just thought, you know what, I'm too early. I'm gonna just wait it out. I'm pretty sure I am pregnant, so I'm gonna wait it out. So I threw it out, it was not a big deal. I believe right after that happened, like 2 days after or the day right after that, I was craving crabs. It was not just crabs. It was crabs, lobster, baked potato, and shrimp. All at once. So I would tell my fiance, like, I really want to eat that. Can we go eat that somewhere? And he did take me. He took me to City Island. We went to eat some really nice seafood. It was everything I wanted. It was also pretty expensive. So I knew I couldn't be eating that all the time, but I wanted that so bad that day that I was like, you know what, let's do it. The next day, I wanted exactly the same thing. Now, I didn't want to spend like a lot of money on that because it was just ridiculous. So I decided to go buy it myself and make it myself because it would be cheaper. So I did that and we ate that. The following day, I wanted exactly the same thing. So we did that all over again. We made more crabs and stuff and everything. And it was crab legs. It wasn't the full crab, it was just crab legs. So we ate that about a week, to be honest. And probably through the middle of the week, my fiance was like, "You probably pregnant." Like, this is so weird that you want to eat this all the time. And I mean, I didn't want to say yes and I didn't want to say no because I was like, I'm not sure. I don't want to tell you yes and, not be sure about it yet. But he was suspecting that I was pregnant as well when that was happening. And I was just like, oh my goodness, okay. Then after that, I did speak to him about it and I was like, I do think I am. I mean, we didn't protect ourselves and it's not like we weren't really trying to conceive, but we were also not preventing. It was more like, you know what, it's fine. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it's fine. I did believe that I had a very low chance to get pregnant because I had just come off of the IUD and I had had my period for a whole month. So it was more like, you know, I feel like things have to regulate before my body reacts the same. And so I really thought that I had a low chance of pregnancy. I had also downloaded an app to track my period for some reason. Normally something I never do, but I felt like doing that. And so I would track my period. And so when I saw that it had lasted a whole month, the app also told me low chance of pregnancy. So that was just like another thing that told me, you know, it's very low, very unlikely for me to get pregnant. So it should be fine. But we obviously knew that, you know, there was that chance that I could get pregnant. But we didn't really care about that. And so anyway, after the week of like eating the crabs and all that stuff, we decided to buy another pregnancy test. And so we bought it, and that we actually did together. So then we did it together, and it came out like, the line was so like clear. You cannot miss it. It was just like, you know, normally people tell you like, it was such a faint line. Mine was clear, extremely clear, and I was just like, wow, there's like no denying in this. Like, I really am pregnant. But we both kind of already knew. It was more like a shock, like, oh my goodness, what? This is like actually true, and we didn't even like actually accept it. Like, we knew in the back of our heads, but we didn't really accept it yet. So it was just a confirmation, and we were very excited. We were also very like shocked because it was like finally confirmed. But we were excited. So that's how I found out. Now, I did go to the doctor right after that, like probably 2 days after. I went to the gynecologist, and I was super early, so they couldn't tell me how far along I was, but I'm pretty sure I was around 4 weeks when I went. So it was just so early to tell, but they could tell that I was pregnant because you can see a shadow on the screen that showed that I mean, I did have something in there. But I did have to wait and come back so they can tell me how far I was. So now the thing that happened after I went to the doctor, as soon as I went to the doctor, the next day, I just like got just nauseous like this. It was like, it's like my body kind of just knew like, well, now it's confirmed, now let's beat you up. And that's what happened. So I actually ended up being nauseous right after that. The next day, like as soon as I woke up, I was like, oh my goodness, I feel awful. Like I couldn't eat anything. I feel very disgusted by literally everything. I did find some crackers that were like plain crackers, nothing, no salt, nothing. And those were the one thing that I was actually able to eat. So I would be eating probably like 5 of those a day at most, and a lot of water. I wasn't able to eat anything else. And I was like that, like I was severe, like with severe nausea for about, probably until I was like 8-9 weeks. Yeah, most likely 8 or 9 weeks. I was like in severe nausea. Like I really could not eat anything. It was just so disgusting. Now, it was very difficult because I wasn't able to actually like throw up. I was just, I would try to like actually let go of everything, and I couldn't, and it felt awful because it just was stuck with me consistently. So this is a nice, just to lead into some of the early pregnancy signs. Well, that would be one of them. The nausea was horrible. It did start around 5 weeks, and it was severe nausea until like 9 weeks, most likely. That was the worst symptom ever. So that was the one. The other thing was that my breasts were very sore. It was really hard to like lean on anything. It was uncomfortable to walk down the stairs, walk up the stairs. Really, anytime my breasts moved, it was just painful. So that was the other one. I did realize that I was getting out of breath a lot faster. So I would while I was working, I would have to go down like a flight of stairs, and I was dying after going down that flight of stairs. Mind you, normally I have to go up 5 flight of stairs to my room, but for some reason I was dying going down 1 flight of stairs. So I realized that something was so off also. That was before the nausea came, and I was just like, something is so different about me. I can't even breathe going down the stairs. Like, it was ridiculous. It was insane. Like, I had to rest before I went to another place, because I would just be dying. My air would just not be enough. Kind of like now. I really feel like I'm just like struggling to speak because breathing, but anyway. So that was another one. Now, the other one that I really didn't like, this might be a little TMI, but I did have a lot more discharge down there. So I had constant discharge, and it was just so frequent that I had to kind of clean myself often, even though like I know that's like a normal thing and it's something good for us and whatever. I'm the type of person that is just like so grossed out by a lot of things that when I saw too much discharge, it was like, whoa, let me go clean myself. But yes, that was another one. I was having discharge a lot of the time. And those were the main symptoms that I had. Now, when I was nauseous, my sense of smell also heightened. So that was something also that it's another symptom that came with the nausea. I was not able to even go into the kitchen because it was so awful. I couldn't stand the smell of the kitchen. And I also was not able to stand the smell of my fiance. Like, it was really that bad. It was awful. Like, I would have to push him off so many times, and I felt horrible. It's like, damn, I didn't want to, I don't want to do that, but I had to because he was just really, I couldn't stand it. It was I couldn't go into the kitchen. My fiance was like cooking most of the time, and I had to be away from the kitchen while he was cooking. Couldn't even eat what he made because, well, I wasn't able to eat. So yeah, so that went on all the way up to 9 weeks. Now let me catch you up from 9 weeks up to now. So from 9 weeks all the way up to 15 weeks, I still had nausea, but the nausea had gotten a little better. I was still nauseous the whole day, but throughout the day, I did have like 2 times in where I was not nauseous, which it was around 5 p.m. and then sometimes it would also kind of lowered like at nighttime. There was no specific time, but I know that 5 p.m. was the time where like, I could actually eat something. So that's when those 2 times when I would just like force myself to eat something so I can last throughout the day. And that's how I dealt with that up to 15 weeks. After 15 weeks, it definitely got way, way better, but I was still nauseous. Like, I was really just hoping for the nausea to go away, as it does with many women, but it just did not happen for me. Up to this now, I am still nauseous. As you could tell, like when I started the video, oh my goodness, I felt horrible. Right now, my brain is focused on this, so, not too much on that, but I am still nauseous. The nausea only goes away if I eat. So it happens every time I get hungry, and I get hungry about probably every 3 hours. So every time I get hungry, I do eat. Like, I try to eat a full meal, and then the next time I get hungry, I eat like a fruit or something, just kind of like to calm down my body and make sure that I'm making it feel better by not overstuffing myself, because I do know that I'm not supposed to be eating that much. So yeah, so that's what I'm currently dealing with the nausea. Everything else seems pretty okay. I mean, the discharge is still happening. It does happen less frequent than before. Sore breast, I no longer have that. I'm pretty normal now with that. And I can eat whatever I want. So that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. So I don't want to get too much into detail of week 23, because I do want to make another video for week 23, just to kind of tell you what's happening on week 23 with the baby. and I am going to take you through this journey with me. Now, if I don't do week 23, I'll just jump onto week 24 because I don't want to be too behind for posting the videos or anything like that. So I'm thinking about either starting on week 23 or week 24. I mean, right now I'm in the middle of week 23, so most likely I'll go to week 24, but you'll find that out in the next video so you can see which one I'm gonna upload. And hopefully you can just be with me in this journey. But thank you for joining me. Subscribe if you like this video, like it, give it that thumbs up, and I will see you next video.